Hello everyone, it's Ruby here. I'm bringing you guys another video, and today we're talking about something very, very serious, okay? I was hoping to kind of just do the couple videos and just move on. But I have to make this video because it's a very serious video. And unfortunately, it does involve Nikolas. For those of you who don't know, for a bit now, Alexa has been saying that she has these documents regarding the Drake Bell case. And she claims that these documents are public documents, unsealed. However, the documents that she has are in fact not publicly available documents. These documents are sealed documents, sealed because they are to protect minors from the database, meaning that they are not open for public consumption, and that they require an FOIA, which basically means that you need to verify that you are someone who Freedom of Information Act, you are someone that qualifies for the Freedom of Information Act. It's not available for the everyday person. It's supposed to be for specific people. Generally, those people are like media or lawyers. Usually people directly involved in the case. A lot of the times media can request them and it'll take a few months for it to actually qualify and actually be sent. But it's very particular on who has access to these files because it involves minors. It involves sensitive information. It involves everything to do with the Drake Bell case. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because basically a couple days ago, Nikolas tweeted out the link to these sealed documents on her public Twitter. Essentially, she has now doxxed and completely exposed every single Drake Bell victim that testified, that gave their story in a courtroom. Now, I told you already that she was threatening to do this, and that she was going to do this, and now she has. Not only done it, but she put it for everyone to see. At first, she was just spreading it around to Cat 10 Barge and other creators, but now she's made it public. The sealed documents that are supposed to be protecting minors, that have all these victim stories, is now publicly available for thousands of people to consume. The tweet is not removed, it's not been deleted, and Alexa doesn't seem to see what she has done wrong. Keep in mind that it's not just the testimonies that are leaked, but it's the victims' names, number, address, and anything to do with their personal identity. These are things that are very difficult to obtain from any victim because there's a very strong stigma against testifying in court. Many victims choose not to testify or go to court because they're scared that their testimony is going to be held over their head, or they're afraid that it's going to make things worse, or they're afraid that people are going to come after them, that their loved ones are that the perpetrators' loved ones are going to come after them. Like, there's serious implications for doing so. Not to mention that it is absolutely disgusting to do. Okay? When media obtains these documents, it's usually to verify the truth, and they don't publish the actual records. They say, hey, my sources say this happened, and they redact the information that is necessary to be redacted so that the victim, that the Jane Doe, that the John Doe, doesn't get publicly outed. Like, for example, we, the people, were never to know that Drake Bell was involved in the Brian Peck case. We would never know. We're not supposed to know. The only reason that we know is because he decided to tell us that he is, in fact, that kid. The only people that are ever supposed to know who the actual victim is and who the perpetrator is trying against is the people inside the courtroom. That's it. The judge, the jury, and the witness and victim. The witnesses, the victim, and the perpetrator. Like, the courtroom is the only people that are really supposed to know any of this information. And it is to do so because it involves minors. It involves people that are under the age of 18. And it is a very serious act, a breach of privacy, to even talk about the case. More often than not, you're not even supposed to discuss the cases outside of the courtroom, let alone post all of the documents, and I mean all of the documents, onto your Twitter page. Now, I refuse to look at these documents. Okay, I've seen the public documents. I refuse to download, because she said to download the sealed documents which obtain personal information, which include sensitive information on the case-by-case basis. Now, I will say, if you're someone who is adamant about supporting Drake Bell, I don't know how you can, after knowing the evidence that has been brought forward. It is very clear in these documents, the public ones, that there in fact was guilty behavior. There is no exoneration for Drake Bell. You can have sympathy towards him because he is a victim and a survivor, but he also must be held truly accountable for his actions. But this video is not about Drake Bell, don't get me wrong, okay? This video is about Alexa Nikolas and the blatant disregard for survivors. How dare you call yourself a survivor advocate, someone who is supposed to be protecting survivors, and then at the same time disrespecting, completely making a joke out of these survivor stories. Like, how dare you? Okay? I thought it was pretty well established that when someone comes to you as a survivor with their story, that you are not to publicly share it online with anyone, even behind the scenes. It is not your business. It is not your story to share. It is already hard enough for victims to come forward and feel safe, and yet you're here having outed, having doxxed all of these victims to thousands of people, minors, people who are under the age of 18, or at least were under the age of 18 at the time. This would be like if someone released the Drake Bell records completely uncensored. Like, a lot of the times, right, and this pisses me off too, a lot of the times when celebrities, when people are involved in a case and they're not normal people, that they are famous people, that they have a name, a lot of times their court documents get leaked to the paparazzi and the TMZ and whatever, and they get no privacy. But, I mean, you could argue at the very least that they signed up for this kind of thing. It already is kind of messed up that we have this overreaching eye on every celebrity that there is, and that we shove our hands up their ass every second, and that we follow them from day to day to day to day activities, to the point where we are speculating if a woman is pregnant, if a woman is having an affair with someone, if somebody is cheating on someone, if someone is abusing someone, based on little to no evidence, based on our personal feelings. But either way, okay, these victims of Drake Bell are not celebrities. They are not public figures. And even if they were, it still is none of your business to share. But how dare you claim to be a survivor advocate and at the same breath use their story to protect your ass because you... I don't know. Okay, this is almost worse than when you were supporting Drake Bell, than you were going to his concert. This is worse. Okay, doing this is not how you fix your fucking reputation. Okay, doing this is exactly how people don't trust you ever again with any information. Because imagine this, okay? Imagine this, Alexa. Imagine I'm a survivor. I went through horrific behaviors, and I trusted you because you're supposed to be a survivor advocate, and I say, hey, I'm coming to you with this information. I really don't want this story to be public. I have concerns with, this person, but I really, I can't have this going public. I really can't. I can't have my privacy breached, and so on and so forth. And then you go on and leak that conversation onto your public social media platform with thousands of followers, thousands of viewers, uncensored, showing my name and address and everything. Like, how dare you? Okay? Seriously. And meanwhile, your husband is going from chat room to video, defending Drake Bell. Maybe you should question as to why he's doing that, instead of worrying about Adam McIntyre and Kat Tenbarge. Okay, maybe you should be worrying about your husband, who is actively defending Drake Bell and saying that he did nothing wrong, when you're the one who's saying the complete opposite. Maybe you should be investigating your husband and his behavior and his red flags. Okay, but even then, you should never be using a victim's story to further your fucking agenda when you have no right to do so. You have no right to do so. Okay? No right at all. How dare you? And if no one sees what's wrong with this, I can't even begin to explain the absolute problems. Okay, these people are already vulnerable. They are children. They are not adults. They do not consent. They have no ability to consent to any of this. And you're publicly outing them to their jobs, to their family, to anyone who wants to know anything about them. You're making them vulnerable because now all of these, these eyes are seeing their information, their address. They know where to find them. Okay, people who are mad at these victims might actually go after them because they think that they're doing something for Drake Bell. And even if they don't, what is it to you? Like, how can you even decide that this is the right thing to do? A survivor advocate completely disregarding a survivor's feelings and a survivor's want to just move the fuck on. Okay? You're touting this story about, you're using it for clicks, you're using it for your views, And for what? For why? Because you have a damn ego? Because your ego is being checked? Give me a break, okay? No journalist, no reporter, no one should be using a survivor's story against the survivor. No one should be touting about personal and sensitive documents, especially ones that are questionably obtained, okay? Because it is clear that these files were requested well before you ever did a video on Drake Bell, which means that either you had pre-planned this and been sitting on these documents and continuing to support Drake Bell after knowing all this information, or someone sent it to you. Who sent it to you, Alexa? Who sent you those documents? And if they did, it gives you still no right to share them with anyone. And it's very clear that you have been sharing them behind the scenes, just like you shared them with Cat fucking Tenmarch, okay? That just proves that you are no better than Colleen Ballinger. You know Colleen Ballinger? She did the exact same thing. She touted all these documents on all these people going behind people's back, okay? This is the same thing that a lot of these people have done, okay? They knew this information, you know? Like, this is not new information. It's like the victims of Shane Dawson, the victims of all Jeffree Star. These are the same things that these people have done. And you want to be associated with those people? Because that's exactly what your actions are reflecting. Okay? I don't care. Okay? I don't care if you want to do whatever. Okay? It's your platform. Sure. If you want to say that Drake Bell didn't do anything wrong, even though he absolutely did. If you want to say that, Drake Bell did absolutely wrong. At the end of the day, those are your opinions, okay? At least at the fact that they are your opinions. But then using sealed documents, using a victim story, using the fact that, and this is not anything new as also, okay? I mean, you hopped on the bandwagon for canceling Dan Schneider when you probably had absolutely nothing to do with it, okay? You hopped on the bandwagon to lynch Jamie Lynn Spears all because... to free Britney, all because you didn't like Jamie Lynn Spears. Like, it's like you're doing everything right, but for the wrong reasons and the wrong way, okay? You might have good intentions, but your actions are more harmful than your actions are so harmful. You're a dangerous person to be around, Alexa. Do you realize that you're a dangerous person? I don't trust you with anything. And I absolutely do not condone or support your actions in any way, shape, or form. Like, doing this just proves that you are a piece of shit. Okay? You are not someone who should be claiming to be some survivor advocate. It's just so disrespectful and disgusting. Okay? So disgusting. Okay. That's it. That's the video. I just can't believe that she actually did it. Like, she actually just doxed every single one of Drake Bell's survivors. Every single one of his victims just got doxed by her. God damn.